Hey guys, welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss the September Apple event.
Is Apple Intelligence finally going to make Siri a more useful digital assistant? Stick around. All right, so the Apple event happened for September this year, and we got a lot of new announcements.
Yeah, we're going to kind of go in order of how they announced stuff and just kind of touch on a few things and what we're excited for. So first off, they talked about the new Apple Watches, Series 10.
It is the 10th iteration of the Apple Watch. I think a lot of people were hoping for a little bit more of an extreme, change to the form factor or something, but not a huge change.
I like how it looks, though. It's thinner and it's got a little bit bigger of a screen. It's not huge difference, but I like it.
Lighter weight. They did release kind of a polished black version, I believe, right? It's kind of cool.
It's kind of nice. And then so it's supposedly have fast charging, so it get 80% battery in 30 minutes. So that's pretty cool. I mean, there's definitely some other updates and stuff as far as the sensors and the tech in it, but ultimately it's still like their base model Apple Watch, because they still have their Ultra 2, which we were hoping for maybe an Ultra 3 announcement. We didn't quite get that, though.
Well, yeah, the last 2 years, they've released a new Ultra, the original Ultra 2 years ago, and then last year, the Ultra 2. And last year, we speculated they would release a black Ultra 2, and they didn't. They saved that for this year. So I'm not really that surprised, honestly. I don't think they had a lot of major hardware updates to release, so they kind of just were like, you know what, let's hold off on the black Ultra 2 until next year.
It's nice.
No, it does look nice for sure.
It's nice satin, right?
Satin it's color. A satin black. A lot of people are calling it matte. It definitely has a little bit of sheen, more so than matte, but it's definitely not as shiny as the polished titanium, which is kind of the other option. They went away from the stainless steel option and changed it to titanium. So
I watched the MKB HD, and he's like, I don't need to upgrade, but the black,
there's a lot. There's
sucker for me,
I was watching another YouTube video, and like all the people in the comments like, oh, he's gonna change to the black, and that matte black.
I would too, So
yeah, I am actually pretty happy with the natural titanium of the Ultra 1. That's what I have. It does kind of match my natural titanium iPhone 15 Pro Max, so I kind of like that the matched finish. So. Yeah. But for me personally, if I wasn't going to rock the Ultra, I would have to be in the titanium standard Series 10, just because of the sapphire screen. And a lot of people don't realize how much more durable that screen is. My first Apple Watch was your original stainless steel. I think the Series 0, the OG. And I still have that thing at home, and it's in a bag with a bunch of other old Apple devices, and it's not even scratched still. I have a Series 4 that's not scratched.
They don't make them like they used to.
No, they do though. That's the thing. They still, if you buy the stainless steel or now the new titanium, they're very durable. The screen's super durable. But the stainless steel, or in this case now titanium, is almost as expensive as the Ultra. So the Ultra, you're getting a bigger screen than the old stainless steel. There's marketing stuff for the screen size for the new Series 10. They're saying it's larger than the Ultra, but it's really 46 millimeter opposed to 49. It's a different aspect ratio. It's slightly wider. So if you look at like the pixel count or something, or the resolution, it's slightly bigger supposedly on the Series 10.
They find ways to word it to make it.
It's all marketing. It's marketing for sure. So. You get a more rounded screen on the Series 10 than you do on the Ultra. The Ultra is very flat. You get that raised edge around the screen on the Ultra. So, but the biggest thing for me, the larger battery life on the Ultra, it's the way to go in my opinion. But that Series 10 is nice that it's 10% thinner. That'll make a big difference. It'll feel a lot sleeker on your wrist.
For sure.
Probably a lot lighter too.
All of them, including even the Series 9, are going to be getting a pretty cool update for people that have sleep apnea, right? Some tracking.
Yeah, soon. I believe in this fall, it's supposed to roll out sleep apnea tracking. It's going to roll back to basically anything with the S9 or S10 chip. So the Series 9, the Ultra 2, or the Series 10 are all going to have the sleep apnea notifications. Kind of lame though, they're software locking it, because really the Series 9, the S9 chip, isn't really a big jump up from the S8 that was in the Ultra 1. I'm sure it could have rolled to the Ultra 1 as well. Oh well, I do happen to have sleep apnea, but I already know I have sleep apnea, so I don't need to worry about it because I already have that handled. But that is really good for a lot of people that don't realize they have it. They're just,
Yeah, I could have it and not know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sleeping alone, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm stop breathing, you know?
yeah, no, seriously. That's how I found out, is actually camping with my brother and my dad. They told me that when I was asleep in the tent, I kept stopping breathing, and I had no idea. So it is really serious. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people out there just don't have the energy throughout the day they should. The risk of falling asleep while driving.
Things about these watches, especially, is they have all these different sensors and tracking for heart, arrhythmia and different things like that. They can track all that stuff now, especially I think even on the newer ones, they have new like swim modes and stuff. I think that's just exercise, but still, like, they have a lot of cool.
Well, yeah, they did. That is one software thing they added on the Series 10 that the Series 9 didn't have. That the Ultra does, is the depth and temperature as soon as you get in the water, which is really cool. So you're getting that on the Series 10 now as well. Cool. It just doesn't have the same depth rating.
Sure.
So I think it's roughly.
It's not like a diving watch.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not a diving watch. So I imagine you can't get there's a diving app you could purchase as well. Forgive me, I forget the company that released that, but I don't think that's going to be available for the Series 10, just the Ultras.
Cool.
But yeah. Yeah. The sleep apnea things actually was rumored to not make it. Like, it was rumored that it was going to be there, and then a lot of leakers and stuff were saying that it wasn't going to make it. It wasn't going to make the cut. And it is still pending. I think
it's not going to be at
FDA approval or something. Yeah, but it sounds like it's going to be right around the corner. So it's really cool.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. And then anything else about the watches you want to talk about?
I think that sums most of it up. Yep.
Cool. And then the next thing that they brought up was some new AirPods.
Yeah.
They got the AirPods 4. They got two versions of that.
Mm-hmm. AirPods 4. Now we're going to have the option for the standard AirPods 4, which I think it has some slight upgrades to the shape. It's supposed to be a lot more comfortable. Yeah.
It has USB-C as well for charging.
Yeah, that's true. Because the original AirPods were still Lightning. It was one of the few products that hadn't made the switch over. Yeah. I think the AirPods Pro did last year. The Pro 2 rolled out with a USB-C case. Yeah. Was really the only change they added to that.
They have wireless charging on that one also.
That has wireless charging, yeah. So the other version of the AirPods 4 has active noise canceling and does have the wireless charging case.
It has H2 chip like the Pros, so that's cool.
Yeah, so really, we haven't heard it yet. The review embargo is not released yet, so I haven't heard any reviews from people who've gotten a chance to wear them. We don't know the noise canceling, how it's going to be without being a sealed fit like they are in the Pro 2. I imagine they're not going to be quite as good as they are in the Pro 2.
Yeah.
Mainly just because of that seal that you get with the ear tips. But a lot of people don't like the ear tips, and they're excited that these are coming out because there's, they're going to supposedly fit a lot of people. Yeah.
So just the plain one without the noise cancellation, without the active noise cancellation, that one's going to be $129.
Yep.
And then the noise cancellation ones are $179. So,
and like we said, you get that wireless charging case, as well as
$50. I think it's worth it.
Yeah. And it's going to also have that, the speaker, like the AirPods Pro 2 have for Find My, yeah. So that'll be kind of nice. So you get a significantly upgraded case and the active noise canceling for $50 more.
Yeah, for sure.
The noise canceling is really nice.
Wireless charging and everything. I mean, it's all little things, but it adds,
yeah,
for sure. And then they did not any upgrades for the AirPods Pros, but they did announce that you can now use them as over the counter hearing aids. Soon.
Yeah. So it's going to a software update that's going to be rolling out, I believe, later this fall as well. And it will offer two features, a hearing test. Yep. So it's going to be it'll be a little bit of a rudimentary hearing test compared to like going to, the doctor and having one done. Although I've had a pretty generic hearing test done at the doctor before too. But essentially it's going to make different tones and different frequencies and volumes, and you have to tap the screen when you hear it, and it'll be able to recognize what tones and frequencies you're able to hear in each ear, and it'll generate a hearing a test result that you can save to your My Health app, as well as share it with your doctor. So that's kind of cool. There's a lot of people that like sleep apnea. A lot of people that probably don't realize they have some version of hearing loss. A lot of it's progressive over time, real slow, and they don't realize that they've had some degradation in their hearing.
Yeah, just like you, I don't know what you can hear compared to what I hear. So like, I think I hear something fine. You're like, what? I don't hear what you're talking about. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I do have some hearing loss in my left ear, and I actually wear a hearing aid. A pair of AirPods Pro 2 is a lot cheaper than what I had to pay for this hearing aid.
Yeah.
Look, this is a prescription grade hearing aid, so it's hopefully it's a little nicer than the AirPods. But I'm really excited to try out this hearing test and to find out what else happens after that. Can I then implement those results into my AirPods so that they adjust the tones and frequencies, the volume?
It sounds more even to you.
Yeah, because right now it's significantly less bass in my left ear. So when I wear both AirPods, it's definitely more noticeably bassy in my right ear. Your brain does try to process it as best as it can to make things sound even, but I mean, when it's piped into your ears, it's pretty hard to get over that. So hopefully they can do something cool with that.
For sure.
And if nothing else, being able to use them while they're also, amplifying the noise around you, which they already do kind of with transparency mode. Mm-hmm. I think there's a conversation awareness or boost as well.
Yeah.
So there's just another step, another cool thing Apple's doing for those with health related issues.
For sure. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then they announced a slight update to the AirPods Max. Nothing new except for colors, and now it's USB-C.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty major disappointment for a lot of people, although this was kind of the rumor. The rumor was that they're going to change for the EU, just forcing their hand to change everything to USB-C. And with that, rather than just rolling out just a USB-C, they did roll out some new colors, it's cool. But they're keeping it at the same price point, still with the old H1 chip.
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising.
Especially considering the new AirPod 4 have H2.
Yeah.
I think they could probably, I don't know about easily, you think they could just swap that in? And
I don't know. I mean, maybe there's something to it. Like they have so much stock already that they're able to, just maybe the raw material they have already, the shells and stuff, just boring out the holes a little bigger for the USB-C.
I'm sure they'll still sell well, but it seems like a huge swing and miss to me.
I agree. I think the people that I know who've used them do like the AirPods Max, although there's some complaint about the weight. They're pretty heavy for long wear sessions.
Yeah.
The fact that they don't have the H2, so you're not getting as good of sound processing as you're getting. And I think it's a missed opportunity to not have a direct wired connection for lossless audio. I think most high-end headphones, you have an option to connect an audio cord directly to your device so that you don't have that the wireless, or to come up with a new Bluetooth standard or something that supports lossless, because right now you can't get lossless audio wirelessly with Apple devices. So
it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and hopefully by the next update,
I think it's a 4-year-old device now that hasn't been refreshed. That's a lot longer for Apple. I mean, I guess it's refreshed, but not a new iteration.
It's not the part 2. It's not the update. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for the AirPods. As far as anything else you want to discuss on that one?
No, I think that's it. I think it covers AirPods.
Yeah. And then the big announcement of the day is obviously for September is the new phones. So we got the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max and such.
Yeah, got 2 sizes in each one. So the 16, 16 Plus, 16 Pro, and 16 Pro Max. I guess some of the improvements, a lot more improvements, I think, came to the standard 16 and Plus than the Pros.
They got the A18 now.
Yep. We get an A18 chip, so got an upgraded chip. It's getting drawn a blank now. That's it. That's all I got.
They got the new camera control button now.
Camera control button. It's got the action button.
Which they didn't have that last year on the standard model.
You had to get the Pro to get the action button. It's a programmable button you could assign to a lot of different tasks. If you really want to dig into it, you could create shortcuts with it too. So you could have it do a multitude of things.
Yeah. They have a new layout for the camera, so they can do spatial videos and photos for hopefully for Apple Vision Pro feature is what they're planning. Which they had the diagonal lens previously, and now it's just straight like it used to be on the 10, I believe. Yeah,
so you're getting that kind of stereoscopic, view.
Yeah, it looks fine. And they got, four colors, the ultramarine, they have a teal, pink, white, and black. So 5 colors.
It's nice. They're a little more vibrant than some of the past colors. Yeah. Not quite necessarily like a iPhone 5C, but getting there, a little brighter.
The ultramarine looked really cool from the videos I saw people holding it. Like, it looked better than the picture on their website, which I'm surprised on that one. But it still looks cool, but it looks way better in person supposedly.
Yeah.
So I like like that, and all of the new phones have the Apple Intelligence, which is coming soon. Unfortunately, a lot of it's not going to be at release, like the new Siri and some of the other cool stuff that they talked about won't be there right away, but it's coming.
Yeah, and it's rumored that the reason they had to wait for the 16 for the standard version of last year's phone, the 15, it's not going to have it. The 15 Pros will have Apple Intelligence. But it's the RAM, supposedly. It's 8 gigs minimum required RAM to run Apple Intelligence correctly. That's what the RAM is on the Pro and Pro Max from last year. So it's suspected that even though Apple doesn't typically discuss RAM, that the 16 is going to have the 8 gigs. Yeah, so it was kind of like the requirement to get into it. And they are saying that the A18 is going to run Apple Intelligence better than last year's 17 Pro, but we'll see.
You mean 15?
Sorry. No, the
chip.
A17 Pro.
Sorry, I was thinking of the phone.
Sorry. Yeah, the A17
don't
Pro.
line up with the
yeah,
model.
they don't. You're right. Yeah, I apologize for the confusion. Last year's iPhone Pro and Pro Max have the A17 Pro chip that can run Apple Intelligence. And then now the new chip on the 16 is the A18.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just, kind of confusing.
And then the 16 Pro and Pro Max are going to have the A18 Pro chip?
Yes.
Okay, so an extra core on the GPU?
Yeah, that's literally all it appears to be, is one extra GPU core.
That apparently can do a good amount of stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, there is some cool stuff. If you're into gaming and stuff, obviously you're better off going with that. I think both phones are going to have a new aluminum like a heat dissipation shield inside, so should keep your phones cooler, keep them from overheating during gaming and stuff a little better. So we'll see how that pans out. I personally haven't had too many issues, although I don't do a lot of heavy gaming. Do you do much heavy gaming on your phone?
Not really. I mostly play Snap.
Yeah.
Doesn't need any heavy processing for that.
Yeah.
But, if I wanted to, I could. So that's cool.
So the standard is getting a 48 megapixel standard camera now, which is pretty cool.
Still 12 megapixel on the wide.
Yeah, 12 megapixel on the wide and 12 megapixel on the front. The front cameras aren't changing at all. So it's cool that they're getting that 48 megapixel, and then with that they're using the I can't remember what they call it, but basically it's like an optical or pixel binning where it's cutting in on the pixels to get the 2x lens. So it's not an actual 2x lens like they have on the older the Pro models, but rather just using that 48 megapixel and cutting in half the pixels using 24 pixels to get a zoomed in image essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And then with the Pro, I know they're going a little bit bigger on each one. It's instead of a 6.1 and 6.7, it's a 6.3 and a 6.9 model.
Yeah. And it looks like the size of the phone itself isn't changing dramatically. It's a tiny bit bigger, but it's really just cutting into those bezels even more. So they do have the narrowest bezels supposedly on any smartphone. So we'll see. Cool.
And they're getting the 48 megapixel on their wide angle lens for this one.
The ultra wide is going to be 48 on this one. Yeah. So, and the kind of cool thing, if you like to have all the camera features, but you didn't want to have to go to the biggest phone, you now have camera like parity between the two sizes of the Pro model. So you're getting the 5x zoom on the standard Pro now. Yeah. And
I like that all of them, including this is the standard 16, has that camera control button. That's a pretty cool button. Like, literally you just click it and your camera opens up, and you click it again, take a picture, you can hold it to record quick video. It's really nice, and I like it. And
so we haven't really talked about the button much, and it is kind of one of the big things they're pushing because it also ties into Apple Intelligence. So we kind of get into that in a second, but yeah, the buttons, it's touch sensitive, pressure sensitive. You can tap it once, like you said, to launch the camera app.
You can click it again to like pull up menus and scroll through them.
Yeah, it's double click. You double click it, it pulls up a little menu. So it's cool, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to slow you down because you used to have all those controls on the right side that are just there. Although it sounds like they're there until you double click it and then it moves them up top. So I think you still have the option to use the older layout if you prefer that. But it is like visually, it's really nice. It's really sleek.
And it's nice for having it in the landscape mode when you want to take a picture and just like, like a normal camera, just click the little button. And
you can swipe across over into zoom. So it's pretty cool.
I'm sure once we get used to it, it'll be really, really nice.
Yeah, it seems like it's be very reminiscent of having an old school digital camera, a dedicated digital camera. So
that'd be cool. And then they added a new color for the Pro Max, right? Or the Pro and the Pro Max.
Yeah, the Desert Titanium.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I think it looks great. I mean, I used to have the gold. My 12 Pro Max was gold. I really like that color a lot. They didn't have it with they didn't do a gold last year with the 15. And for the 14, which I did have, I kind of wanted to try that purple color. It was cool, but I just felt really like locked down with cases and stuff. Not a lot of things looked good with it. So I just felt kind of like stuck with what I got to use. But I like that desert. It's kind of a brownish color, but it looks nice. Yeah. It looks like a real like sophisticated.
They're pretty good with their color choices usually. So
they don't usually do a lot with the Pro versions, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But they kept the existing colors they had last year and added the Desert Titanium. So it's cool to have an additional option for that Pro model.
And with the extra processors, definitely you can record slow-mo in 4K 120 frames per second, which is really cool. And even if you want it to get even slower, you can do 1080p at 240.
40, yeah.
So
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And suppose if you're recording at that full, 120 4K slow motion, you then can change it supposedly to go back to standard. Now, keep in mind, slow motion requires a lot more light. So it's not always going to be ideal to record that way and then change back to standard speed. You're going to get some blurrier images typically, unless you have perfect lighting conditions. But for the times you want it to be slow motion, it's gonna be great. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's pretty much it. Yes, as of recording this, pre-order for that comes out tomorrow morning, right? So we're recording this on Thursday the 12th. So then that'll come out next week on the 20th, along with some of the other stuff I believe comes out then too, right? The new AirPods and everything, or is the watch already out? I know you can order it already.
I think the pre-order started for the watch and the AirPods, if I remember correctly.
And they come out at the same time though?
I'd have to double check.
Okay, I know maybe for sure that
maybe we could pop the date on there.
Yeah, I will. I didn't know if you knew by chance. I know for sure the phone comes out next Friday the 20th.
Yep, that's true. One other thing we didn't really touch on, I wanted to get back to it. We didn't. Within the Apple Intelligence, they're adding some new features that they didn't talk about. Very little that they didn't talk about WWDC back in June. So they kind of recapped a lot of what they already discussed there.
Sure.
But with that new camera control button, they're adding some AI features which are kind of cool. So you can use that button, take a picture of, say, a restaurant. You can pull up, it'll automatically know like, hey, you want information on this place. You can tap on a button, it'll pull up the hours, reviews, photos.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's all stuff where you take a picture of like a bike and like, oh, where can I get this model of bike or whatever, and or some shoes.
Some of the stuff I think is going to rely on Chat GPT using OpenAI. It will prompt you if you're okay with using it, and if you say yes, it'll pull up the information using that. So it's just cool to have that as an option if it's not already built into the large language model that Apple's using.
Yeah, and they also you can like re-edit your text and stuff, or you have an email, you want it to word it to make it sound more professional, or whatever, you like check for errors. They could do all that stuff for you really quick.
Yeah, and that camera thing, they also showed it being used to identify like a type of dog. They showed taking a picture of like an event poster and asking you if you want to create a calendar event for it, and it knew the date, time, address, added all that stuff.
Watched the ad with Bella Ramsey. We watched 2 ads, but they made some cool stuff with the Apple Intelligence. I'll put some little clips of that. But she was like, oh no, who's that guy I met with at this restaurant back in there? And then he's like, oh, that's Zach or whatever. Oh, hey Zach. And I didn't think you'd remember me. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. One other thing they did another commercial for too is like custom like videos and stuff.
And you could put like, I want it to be somber. Or,
you could say like create a video with photos or videos from whatever this event was.
With this person or with this animal. You can have, if they're tagged in your photos.
Yep. So you could kind of already do a general search in your photos and videos to find things. But this is going to like curate, short.
Even now, if I take a picture of my dog, it could tell me what breed it is, roughly. I mean, as long as it's clear enough. It could do that stuff already, but it's going to be like way faster, and it's going to be cool.
So there is hope that we get a more intelligent Siri coming up soon.
That'll be cool. Use it as an actual day-to-day, like, hey Siri, because normally you can't have a conversation with Siri. That's one of the downsides. You can't continue the conversation and like, and then what happens next? And now you can be like, hey, what about? I remember seeing one of the videos when the person was like, "Oh, take me to." I'm not going to make up a place, like Weir Beach. Oh, I mean Weir Point or whatever, and it knew exactly what it was saying. Like, oh, and then like, let's schedule a walk or a hike for there tomorrow at 2, and it knows like.
Yeah,
they're continuing the conversation. It knows where
you don't have to reiterate where you want the hike to be. It knows it's based on what you said previously.
It's a lot smarter, which is cool. I'm glad they're doing that finally.
Yeah, and it recognizes when you make mistakes. It knows if you correct yourself, it knows to look back at it and go, oh, okay, you meant this. You know, so yeah, it's going to be nice. Apple Intelligence has already been working for a long time in the background. I know when I get in my car, when it's connected to Bluetooth in my car, it would like pull up my navigation saying, hey, do you want navigation directions to your work? Because it knows like when I get up in the morning and I go driving somewhere, I'm usually going to work. Yeah. So it does stuff like that already, and a lot of things that we don't think about, but just going to take it a step further, and that we didn't even really touch on generative AI.
Yeah, they're going to have Genmojis, stuff you can create your own emojis, like I want a dinosaur riding a surfboard or whatever. That's one of the examples they use.
In a tutu.
In a tutu, yeah. So that you can pretty much, within reason, I think, make any emoji you can think of. So that'll be really cool.
I'm sure there's going to be some weird stuff. Have some parental controls on it somehow, but I don't think they'll let you do very many explicit things. But
maybe you could do an eggplant doing something.
Well, yeah, it'd have to be. Yeah, you have to use a workaround.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be fun to play with and test it out. And then the other thing was with just in photos in general, you can remove stuff in the background that Apple couldn't do before,
which a lot of other
phones have done that. It's nice that we're gonna finally get that type of a feature.
I think there's been this like for a long time, right? This heated debate, Android versus iPhone, whatever. Yeah. And really everything's gotten pretty darn good. It just depends on what works well for you.
Yeah, what you like is
we're both in the Apple ecosystem, but we're in the ecosystem. We have the computers,
it works well together. Yeah, that's the reason I stayed. I'm sure Samsung or whoever has their versions of that, but I've not ever seen an Android phone that I was appealed by. Like I liked enough to want to switch.
Yeah, just in my opinion, most Android stuff, and I know I just got done saying like there's one's not better than the other, but for me it is. I just don't like all the added fluff. Like a lot of Android devices have a lot of ads and things that pop up. The marketplace just isn't as locked down, so you get a lot of like fake versions of apps.
Get viruses.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Apple, because they're so strict and locked down about stuff, they take safety so serious and your privacy so serious.
Especially with the Siri, even now, the new Siri where it goes around, that's going to look kind of cool too. So I'm cutting you off on that, but just made me think of that. It has more privacy as well too. So
but so for me, that's what works. I'm assuming for you as well, since you've been with Apple for so long. But yeah, I'm in on it. Like I'm not changing. I got the phones, the watch, the computer, iPad. And they all, I'm logged in on all of them, so it knows those are my devices. I get my text on my computer, my iPad, my phone, my watch, whatever. So
nice, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. So if you're watching this, that you probably are like Apple products as well, or you just like us. So thank you for watching. If you did.
That being said, I'm skipping all the devices this year.
Yeah, that's just more of a money thing, right?
Well, yeah. Well, no.
You would want to if you could, right? You would want to upgrade.
Oh, no, I'll be honest. Nothing right now really swaying me because everything I have is really new. Okay. I mean, they haven't released new laptops yet. My iPad's an M4 iPad Pro that I just got. So, that's the only thing that has the M4 processor in it right now. We're hoping to get like an October, November event announcing some MacBooks, MacBook Air, probably a Mac Mini, Mac Pro. They haven't really refreshed the Mac Pro. So, we're hoping that we'll get some updates to the computer side of things soon. But even then, my computer's more than what I need, Sure. My phone's from last year. I am really not super blown away with what they added. The camera stuff's cool. But since I'm going to be able to run the Apple Intelligence on my phone, albeit maybe not as quickly, and, next year, by the time things are fully rolled out, if I see that my phone's lagging, then I probably will upgrade next year.
Cool.
But everything else, no new Ultra this year, no new AirPods Pro. So I'm good where I'm at right now. Plus I'm still paying off my iPad Pro and the Apple Care and the smart keyboard. And all right, guys, go ahead and leave a comment down below letting us know if you're excited for any of the new Apple announcements.
Be sure to like and subscribe and have a marvelous day. Have a venomous apple Venomous apple day.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
Don't eat the venomous apple. It's not
Nope.
poisonous. It's venomous. It's going to bite you.
Oh, no. We get back into a Snow White conversation?
No.
Oh, okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss what happened. No, not what happened. We're going to discuss.
We're
We're going to discuss the announcement.
Are you disgusted? You disgusted? By
Disgusted by this. Discuss the announcements from the September Apple event. Okay.
Whatever. If it feels good, do it. That's what Mike Munoz says. Oh. Okay.
Does it feel good?
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss the Apple event. I wasn't sure. Let me say it one more time.
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, I'm going to have some outtakes, so that's good.
Yeah, we didn't have hardly any last one. You got to give it. Do you need another piece of neuro?
I think I need another Neuro Mint to get me going. Not a sponsor, but
combine
it
them
should
with
be.
the energy drinks. You'd be like,
Monster Neuro.
yeah.
All right.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss the Apple September Apple event, not the Apple September event. Sure, why not?
Okay. Stick around.
Okay, I got this.
Good. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss the Apple. I didn't say Apple September event again.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss the Apple of. Fuck me, bro.
Not
The Apple event.
Not on camera. I mean, not. No.
On camera. Now. Okay. September Apple event. Okay.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss the September Apple event.
Is Siri finally? Dang it! I was so focused on
What I was saying.
getting through that I wasn't even thinking about what I was going to be saying.
Is Siri what?
Is Siri,
like, what, bitch?
Gonna? Is she gonna?
She's going to pop
What do you
up
think?
and-
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss the September Apple event.
Is Apple Intelligence? Dang it! I was going to say Apple AI.
Damn, I got it twice in a row, too. Kind of.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Doug and Corey Show.
In this video, we're going to discuss the... I can never say discuss right. Discuss. Okay, go again.
All right.
All right. DC show merch. Okay.
I know. I need to be not poor.
Yeah, well, I'm not rich, but
Yeah, but I'm going to pay my bills before I buy a shirt. But I need, yeah. How is the sizing, by the way?
I think it's fine. This is
But I mean,
actually-
like,
feels fine to me. Yeah.
okay. I just don't know. Like,
Washed it a couple times. So.
it varies for me. Is that there was 2 tiers of the shirt. Was that the premium?
Premium.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had different color options too, so I wouldn't necessarily just get one based on just being premium. I might want to get different color. I don't know.
For sure. And you can too.
You can.
Check the link in the description.